And here it is. We go again. Roll up, ladies and gentlemen. One man went to Mo. Here it is. We go again. Here I am again. Hope you're there with me. The session commences and your company is required. That thing that goes on round about this time, going on exactly at this time. If you are available, then just gather to whatever device that you interact with the session with, or not gather to. You can have it in the background that you set about your day. However you choose to interact. One man went to Mo. The eagle has landed.
Another Savior.
Holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior.
Another Savior.
Holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior.
Well, this is Mobien. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 all the men will do is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 all the men will do is another Savior. Holy, 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 all the men will do is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. In your Madika, Yabika Kokwanam Noah. Hey, Anamekele Mazuche Mefo. Manemo, it's an honor having you on board. When I'm singing along, holy, 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 Nandekano is another Savior. Gonna sing along, holy, 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 Nandekano is another Savior. When I sing along, holy, 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 is another Savior. Getting moving right and getting moving fast now. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, holy, getting moving right, moving fast, yeah, for freedom. Is another Savior. Yeah, for freedom. Holy, 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 Nandekano is another Savior.
Another Savior.
Holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior.
Another Savior.
Holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior.
Well, this is Mobien. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 all the men will do is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 all the men will do is another Savior. Holy, 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 all the men will do is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. In your Madika, Yabika Kokwanam Noah. Hey, Anamekele Mazuche Mefo.
And there it is right there. Holy, holy, the dulcet tones of the farmyard singers from the eastern part of Nigeria. Holy, 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 as guys, I bring you this. Finland-based Nigerian Simon Ipa, DS Nandekano's family, continues to use IPOB leader's name. So it's quite important for Simon Ipa to continue to use Nnamdi Kanu's name for the moment, because that is his rallying call. That is the one thing that attracts the traffic to his space. So he has to use that name because his name is not sufficient enough yet to have a gathering. So he has to use that name to build a base, so that then, having then satisfied himself that he has built sufficient enough of a following, then he will just abandon the Nnamdi Kanu name and even seek to rival it. But for the moment, and for at least in the build-up to the elections, especially important that he stays current and he has to continue to straddle that name. So away with you with all your legal threats is what Simon Ipa is saying to the Kanu family. Finland-based Nigerian Simon Ipa, DS Nnamdi Kanu's family, continues to use IPOB leader's name. So quite what is in play there, we find out shortly. This to be found out shortly as well. Southeast ruling APC delegates accuse ex-Lagos Governor Tinubu of sidelining the region, shuns his Abuja invitation. So there's nobody on this planet, not even the Jewish people, know how to play victimhood more than the Southeasterners. It's just pour me, pour me, pour me, pour me, pour me another glass of whiskey. So there it is right there. It's always somebody else's fault. Southeast ruling APC delegates accuse ex-Lagos Governor Tinubu of sidelining the region, shuns his Abuja invitation. So Tinubu has not especially campaigned in the South, in the Southeast, for reasons that he just knows that it's just too much of a labor with very little gain. A lawyer files suit challenging Atiku's citizenship. So play it again, Sam. We've been there before. He was born in Cameroon, they will say, before Nigeria amalgamated, and before it's just a convoluted narrative. We were there in 2019, which was defeated roundly, but they will regurgitate all manners of missives to throw in the direction of this guy, and a lot of it will be repetitive. So they will go to corruption. The last time they used the FCC to threaten his family and they were locking up his in-laws, etc. Then they will go to, he's not even Nigerian. He's more Nigerian than Buhari, who categorically told us that his family is from Niger Republic. So all of that will come back and regurgitate. So they will spew it out again. And the spewing already started. Lawyer files suit challenging Atiku's citizenship. So, répétez après moi, déjà vu. So, that's so much déjà vu. 2023, ASARI DOKUBO asks WIKE to apologize, give reasons. So, this is one of those skirmishes that goes on in the sidelines of the Nigerian landscape, the Nigerian political space. That skirmish between ASARI DOKUBO has always been a permanent side dish within the happenings of the Nigerian political trajectory. 2023, ASARI DOKUBO asks WIKE to apologize, give reasons. So whatever reasons that he has to give, it almost certainly Sapele water talking. And finally, 2023, be on alert. Buhari planning to impose president on us. DINO MELAYE alarming to the space. But of course, when DINO speaks, people just speak with disregard. But perhaps in this instance, pay heed. 2023, be on alert. Be on alert. Buhari planning to impose president on us. The Baba Salah from Kogi State, DINO MELAYE. So a rich menu, everything in play. So lean back, kick back, take it easy, relax into it. The usual protocol we're setting. Click on the like button, of course. Make sure you are subscribed. Wherever you are, you should be subscribed. In Nigeria, in China, in the Middle East, all over Europe. It's a global platform, and we want to see that global presence represented in the subscription. So represent where you are with a subscription and represent where you are with a like. So click on like, click on subscribe, then relax and surrender into it. The hyperlink that I'm posting in the comment section now that says StreamYard, this is an invitation for you to come and join me on the screen. So if you want to come join me on the screen, click on the hyperlink that says StreamYard. That takes you to a studio space. And as soon as I finish reading out the talking points, I'll let you onto the screen and engage you in a conversation around the talking points. So that's how it works. It's an interactive session, an open microphone session, and the open microphone is the hyperlink that says StreamYard. So click on that at your discretion, but the like and subscribe, they are mandatory clicks, so you must click on those. So click on like and subscribe compulsorily, but on the hyperlink that says StreamYard at your discretion, if you are inclined to do so. So as we said about the clicking, let me provide you with a little bit of liquid bribery. Your calabash to the ready as we join the guys.
Only water, only water, where they see ma. Water, Hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù yé o. Ilé sọ́dí kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ̀ o. Hobby master kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ̀ o. Chief Faila ti kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ̀ o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù dòde ojàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosoname ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosodunke ẹyẹ rẹ̀ ó dilé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Ikú kò ní ríwà gbéṣe o.
And there it is right there. The Kegites, may death, pardon me, may death have nothing to do with us. Iku koniriwa gweche. Is there a prayer more potent or powerful than that? So first you start from that, and then others. May death have nothing to do with us first. So you are alive, and then everything else you contend with. So Iku koniriwa gweche, as guys, I bring you this. Finland-based Nigerian Simon Ipa, yes, Nnamdi Kanu's family continues to use IPOB leader's name. Finland-based Nigerian Simon Ipa has dared the indigenous people of Biafra and family of the IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu as he continues to identify himself as a disciple of the agitator. Last month, Kanu's family wrote Ipa warning him to stop using Nnamdi Kanu's name for material gains. In the letter dated the 17th of May and signed by Magnus Johnson, the family said the Finland-based Nigerian should not mention Kanu's name nor use the agitator's image in any of his broadcasts. But on Tuesday, Simon Ipa posted a photograph of himself in which was boldly written, "I am Simon Ipa, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's disciple on Biafra restoration." The picture was posted on his Twitter with a caption, "Is the message in the picture bold enough?" The family of Kanu had warned Ipa to stop defamatory publications against members of the Kanu family and ensure such did not occur in any of his broadcasts. The Kanu family had warned they would also institute injunctive claims against IPA for civil injuries. The letter had read, the Kanu family, both in Nigeria and in diaspora, has retained undersigned to formally demand from you as follows, that you should forthwith cease and desist from using the name and image of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, either in your broadcast or otherwise, for any material gain whatsoever, including any fundraising, that you should forthwith cease and desist from addressing yourself as a disciple of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, either in the guise of you being a member of the IPOB, which we are informed you are not, or in any other manner relating to the Biafran agitation, that you should forthwith cease and desist from any further defamatory publication against any member of the Kanu family, whether such publications are personally uttered by you or by others that you invite to your social media platforms, that you are hereby given 14 days from this that you are hereby given 14 days from the confirmed receipt of this legal mail within which to comply with the demands in this letter, that your failure or refusal to comply with the demands herein will result in costly legal actions against you, including but not limited to the following: A, direct criminal complaint against you to Finland authorities and or any European country in which you are encountered. B, tortious and injunctive claims against you for the civil injuries enumerated above. C, petition against you to the Finland authorities that regulate legal practice such as you are currently applying in Finland. Finally, you are hereby warned that this legal mail constitutes a pre-action notice, that no further formal warning will be forthcoming to you before our commencement of the foregoing legal actions against you. So that letter was dated the 14th of May, and today now is the 1st of June. So those are 14 days. No. So when was that letter dated? Let's just look at just to document that. Just to document that it has. Let's just look at. We did read the date just now. Right. So those 14 days have elapsed is essentially where I wanted to take you to. So he waited, Simon Nipa, of course, for the 14 days to elapse, and then he has then boldly and frontally, gone against the demands of that letter. So there it is right there. So you don't get more categorical than that. So the open warfare, we did always say that at some point, Simon Ekpa will have to challenge the Nnamdi Kanu space for supremacy over the Biafran narration. And it looks as though, so yes, the letter was dated the 17th of May. So the 17th of May, let me just pop up a calendar. So the 17th of May, yes, those 2 weeks have comfortably elapsed. So he waited for the 2 weeks to elapse, and then there he is right there. So a frontal confrontation with the Nnamdi Kanu family. But then they've made this legal threat now. So they can't back down, because if they back down, he has punked them, and then he will straddle that victory to take everything from them. So they have to confront him. So they fight now. The dice and the pistols are done at the OK Corral. Simon Ekpa versus the Nnamdi Kanu family. So we continue to watch that skirmish, which we long predicted, and it has now come into being. Southeast ruling APC delegates accuse ex-Lagos State Governor Tinubu of sidelining their region, shuns his Abuja invitation. The delegates of the ruling All Progressive Congress APC representing the Southeast have declined a request from the former Lagos State Governor Bola Tinubu to hold a campaign meeting with them in Abuja. The delegates noted that their region had been neglected in the APC presidential aspirants' nationwide tour. Hence, they shunned an invitation summoning them to Abuja on Saturday. One of the delegates who spoke with correspondents said, "We have asked him what disdain he has for our region that makes it impossible for him to visit us. We won't be going to him in Abuja because he isolated our region during his nationwide tour." Other sources also revealed anonymously that Tinubu remained determined to put the APC into the primaries, where he could deploy his vast resources to clinch the ruling party's presidential ticket. Recall that in a bid to secure delegates ahead of the APC presidential primaries, Tinubu had made multiple visits across the country, touching base with his supporters in Kano, Adamawa, Delta, Ondo, Kwara, and Kwara. Correspondents had earlier reported on Monday that a member of the ruling All Progressive Congress APC, Sagia Mia Iyali, asked the party's presidential screening committee to disqualify Tinubu over alleged certificate forgery. The petition dated the 17th of May 2022 was submitted on Monday, the 30th of May, and its receipt was acknowledged by one Emmanuel Akpan. Tinubu's academic qualifications have been subject to controversy for over a decade. He had indicated he graduated from the University of Chicago in his INEC Form 001, filed when he contested the Lagos State governorship poll in 1999. The former Lagos State governor also claimed in an affidavit that he attached to the INEC form that he lost his university certificate whilst he was in exile between 1994 and 1998. So there it is right there. He never really went to the East because there's really no currency for somebody like Tinubu in the East. They hate him viscerally for whatever reasons, for reasons of that traditional distrust of the Yoruba space, and he an embodiment of what they find somewhat repulsive within the Yoruba culture, the Yoruba person. Let's put it that way. So it's not to the Igbo state, somebody like Tinubu, and the Igbos, more crucially, not to his taste. So a lot of those narratives, when in the what election was it that they were saying they would throw the Igbos into the lagoon if they don't vote a certain way. So all of that does not help. And the way they feel that Lagos State is being weighed against them, they identify Lagos as Tinubu. That doesn't help either. So the resentment is quite palpable. He's aware of it, and he's not even willing to make the effort. So he will summon them to his house. If they don't come, they don't come. Lawyer files suit challenging Atiku'S citizenship. So sense of deja vu about this one. We were here in 2019. A lawyer, John Mary Gidiobi, has filed a lawsuit at the Federal High Court in Abuja challenging the eligibility of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar to contest in the 2023 presidency, days after he won the People's Democratic Party's presidential ticket. The lawyer claimed that Atiku is not constitutionally qualified to participate in the presidential poll. In the lawsuit, which has the PDP, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, listed as second, third, and fourth defendants. GDOB asked the court to determine whether by the combined provision of sections blah, blah, blah of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, only a Nigerian citizen by birth can contest for the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, whether by the combined interpretation of sections blah, blah, blah of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, and given the circumstances surrounding the birth of the first defendant, he can be cleared by the second and third defendants to contest for the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. A similar lawsuit was filed by the Incorporated Trustee A similar lawsuit was filed by the Incorporated Trustees of Egalitarian Mission of Africa in 2019, was dismissed by Justice Iyangeko on February 2021, on February 21, 2022, on grounds of lacking merit. So, as I said, somewhat repetitive, that lawsuit, a verdict already given, so I'm not quite sure why this guy is still laboring. Drop the dead donkey. Drop the dead donkey. If the donkey is dead, they cannot carry you or something anymore. Just drop the dead donkey. So drop the dead donkey. 2023, ASARI DOKUBO asks WIKE to apologize, gives reasons. So this is a never-ending saga, a side dish skirmish within the Nigerian political paradigm. As the 2023 election approaches, a former Niger Delta militant ASARI DOKUBO has asked Governor Yemsin Wike of Rivers State to repent, make restitution, and reconcile with all those he offended by his action and utterances. Correspondents recall that Wike on Monday reflected on his outing on Sunday's presidential primary of the People's Democratic Party PDP and blamed his loss to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar on his southern counterparts. Wike said southern governors betrayed him by working against their earlier agreement that the presidency should return to the south. According to him, PDP governors ganged up with some vested interest to derail the quest of the south to produce the next president on the platform of the party. Those remarks angered DOKUBO, who said Wike has no moral right to complain about betrayal. I was livid with anger that Yemsin Wike will tell people that he was betrayed. Betrayed by who? So that should be whom. So betrayed by whom? The people you are abusing, the people you treated like rats, they should accept your aspiration so that when you reach Abuja as president, you will kill us. Please don't, sorry, let me take that again. I was livid with the anger that Yemsin Wike will tell people that he was betrayed. Betrayed by whom? The people you abused, the people you treated like rats. They should accept your aspiration so that when you reach Abuja as president, you will kill us. People don't advise you. You have cows like Ish, Samuel, Nwanosike. You made chairman that has elevated you to the position of a god. If somebody should be talking about betrayal, it should be former PDP chairman Uche Secondos. You kicked him out because of your political aspiration. Now you are talking about betrayal. DOKUBO filmed on Facebook. So there it is right there. So there is a lot to unpick, but the last bit really, he orchestrated against Uche Secondos, because if Wike had moved to hold Secondos in position, then there was a good chance that what Iyochia Ayu did to scheme him out of that presidential ticket might not have happened. We cannot say that it would not have happened, but certainly Uche Secondos is not vested in interest in the North. So he schemed out a southerner because he thought the understanding was that guarantees then that the ticket will come to the South. But there it is right there. He's been Fulani'd, well and truly. Oh yes, let's read this last one and then we'll see who's available to take it on. 2023, be on alert. Buhari planning to impose president honors, DINO MELAYE, to Nigerians. Former lawmaker Senator DINO MELAYE has alleged that President Mohamed Buhari is working towards imposing his successor on Nigerians. In a video on his social media handles, let's take that again. Pardon me. So I'm still carrying the remnants of a flu that I'm not yet able to shake. I hope that wasn't too untidy. Former lawmaker Senator DINO MELAYE has alleged that President Muhammad Buhari is working towards imposing his successor on Nigerians. In a video on his social media handles, DINO, who lost his bid to secure People's Democratic Party PDP's ticket to run for the Kogi West Senatorial District in 2023, said the country is practicing democracy and would not allow the imposition of a president. He stated this whilst reacting to Buhari's comments, asking the APC governors to support him in choosing his successor. Correspondents recorded that Buhari, who met with governors on Tuesday, had asked them to allow him to choose his successor as they did in their various states. But Dino, in a video, tackled the president for using the word successor and not party flag bearer, alleging that Buhari is aiming at imposing the next president on the country. He said, yesterday the president made a statement that is unconstitutional and shows some inhumane tendencies. The president said that the APC governors should support him to choose his successor. The president used the word successor and not flag bearer or candidate of the APC. The statement has some negative effects, and the negative effects is that Buhari wants to impose a president on Nigerians. We are in a democracy, and we are in a democracy, and so we will not allow imposition. We will not allow the president to handle this country as if we are in a monarchical or hereditary system of government. It is abominable and undemocratic for the president to be talking about a successor in an election that has not been conducted. I am calling on Nigerians to be on alert because the battle to salvage this country from the economic scavengers is a battle of no retreat, no surrender. So it is really the language that he is speaking at. But what are we making of it? Branberry, I see you. DOG, I see you. The mighty Ajale Koko, I see you. Solid Man, I see you. And War Peace, I see you. So good to see you all, gentlemen. Pardon me, give me one moment. Sorry about that. Good to see you all, gentlemen. Good to have you all. So let's go straight then to DOG and have him kick us off if he's ready. DOG, do we have you?
Yes.
My God. Hey, where are you? Oh God. What's that noise? Are you in a pub? Are you in a pub?
No, pub at this hour. I'm not like that. I'm not in the pub. I'm just in a place that's busy.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay, so let me take you to it then. The DINO MELAYE alert that Buhari is intending to impose a president on the country, and he caught that in the language that Buhari used in the conversations with his governors. He said he wants to choose his successor, so that is the person to succeed him in the presidency, because he by that had indicated that the presidency is going to be retained by his party, and the person that he chooses is going to sit in Aso Rock. So we're still having an election, but if he already knows the person that is going to succeed him, then what is the whole purpose of the charade? An imposition of a president, a monarchical system, a Fulani hegemony. How do we break this stranglehold? DOG.
It's a really bad move from Buhari. Then things like that should stay within the party. And you don't even do that, to be honest. You are not giving the governor free hand to make their own choice, which is what democracy is. So it's more like you are forcing it down their throat that this is who they must put their vote for when it comes to the primaries. And how can we even have a credible person in question, because you just want to put who you like to rule 200 million people, which doesn't make sense, you know. And this tells us how this guy has been ruling the country, and it's sad. And this will have some kind of effect when the main election pops up. And I'm sure a lot of other parties are going to use this against them, because whoever the person is, they will believe it's Buhari that for the person. And I don't see why you are having a primary.
Sorry, the quality is quite poor where you are. We can barely make you out, and there's a lot of background noise as well.
Yeah, okay, I'm excited for it. Yeah, can you hear me now?
A little bit better, but not that much. There's a real, if you listen back, you'll hear it. There's a real heavy undercurrent to it.
Okay, give me a second.
All right, let me go to Brownberry, because there's a lot of, and I'll come back to you. But there's the thing is too heavy. The background. So
can you hear me now?
Good morning.
Clearly.
Hold on, Brownberry. Let's hear you. Carry on. Let's see if it's a better.
Oh yeah. So I'm saying the move by Buhari is quite crazy. It's very wrong. It shouldn't have.
Sorry, DOG. Maybe when you get to, I'll give you a moment. I'll come back to you. But when you get to a settled space, then I'll come back to you. But let's go to. Wow. Did you hear that, Brownberry? Hello, Brownberry.
I'm here.
Yes. Did you hear the whooshing sound from DOG? It was just difficult to.
I guess he's driving.
No, I think he's walking. I think he's probably in some shopping complex.
It was too bad. Yeah,
it was too bad. So apologies for that. But that's DOG. You know, this is why I say that people listen all over the place. So he's going about his day and listening as well. But let's go to Brownberry whilst we hopefully come back to D when it's in a more settled space. But this language then, that we always disregard anything that DINO has to say. But is it to our peril to disregard it this time around? Be on alert, Buhari planning to impose a president on us. And that is all in the language. Do you know the problem is people don't listen to Buhari often enough, because he always says what he's intending to do, and then he goes on and does it, and we are all in alarm. He's telling you now that he wants to pick his own successor to come and sit in Aso Rock seat, and we are still saying we are having an election. What are you then making then of that? Nigerian president, fait accompli, Brownberry?
I think the problem with most of these governors have is they all have they are putting their finger on that cookie jar. They all have issues. They are criminals. So when you have something to hide, you can't talk to the president, because right now most of them are criminals. They know them, they are following them, they are following their trade, they know where they have stolen, but they know where their money is. So whatever he tells them, if they don't follow through, he will come after them, and he come after them heavily, and they know that, and he will throw them in jail. So it's very sad. But whatever, if he brings out someone that most of them will not be comfortable with, that most Nigerians won't be comfortable with, I think it's that's gonna be the end of APC. Most of them are gonna walk against against whoever he brings out.
Do you think the country can survive another 8 years similar to the 8 years that we've just been through?
My brother,
my
brother, I've been on social media since yesterday. Everybody, that's what they are all saying. This article, whoever they are APC is gonna bring, we can't survive this for that 8 years. If we add on that 8 years to our age, my brother, it's, I don't know, we can't survive it.
You can't go back home. People at home cannot escape. It's like a prison cell.
They can't go to the farm. Just imagine Atiku becomes
a hellish. Can we survive another 8 years of this sort of?
Atiku becomes the next president. I mean, it's Fulani now. I mean, your tribe will always be, will be closer to you. They will be close to your heart. No matter, you can't just start, fighting them.
It's not going to fight the Fulani headsmen. It's not going to fight Boko Haram. It will try once or twice, and then they will, just like they did on Twitter, tell him to stop it. And then
he has never criticized them. He will only say he has never criticized Buhari. He will always say APC government. Is that how you do something? You see the way Bukola Saraki was criticizing the president himself, Peter. No, these people can just look at the what's his name, Baushi's governor. Bauchi governor. You are a president. You want to become president of another party. You call the president to come and open what I don't know what he was doing in the road opening. Or, you call the president to come and open the road. Afterwards, you also travel there to go and thank him. What kind of politics is this?
The Bati governor that Bala Mohammed that took the nomination form to be president, he told us that the Fulanis have free reign over Nigeria, that every Fulani man is essentially a Nigerian citizen, that we should just allow it. It said that on Channels Television.
Guess what? Who was championing him? A Southern man was the director of his movement, of the election of his I don't know what is going on with these people. How they are able to hit our head and they want to stay on top forever. This power, they just love power. They want to be there forever. So we have to do something. It does not matter whoever APC brings out. If it's a Southerner, even I've been saying that Amechi, I don't like Amechi. But if it's Amechi, because we rather have another Southerner there rather than to, if it's Tinubu, if it's Osinbajo, who will support him. Because we'd rather have another Southerner there than to have, Atiku there. You understand? But at the same time, if they, like I always say, if APC brings out Osinbajo, it will be tough for the third force. But if they bring out Amechi and they bring out Tinubu, third force will be easy to come through.
All right, but this Buhari's language that he wants to choose his successor, it's really that word successor that is worrying people, because what he is asking to choose is the flag bearer of his party, isn't he?
Correct.
To contest for the Nigerian presidency. But if he feels that the person he's going to choose is going to be his successor, then that tells us that the whole electoral process is going to be a sham, and whoever he chooses will sit in that Aso Rock seat. This is what he's telling us, and we pretend like it's misspeaking. It's not misspeaking.
Whoever he chooses does not mean that person will end up in Aso Rock. No, what
will stop that person from getting up?
You think that you just think this vote is not going to count at all? They're just going to they just put them there. I don't think the vote is going to count. I think that people will come out like never before. The appetite of voting has been very low in Nigeria, but this one I think is going to be higher this time because there's a lot at stake. All those Southerners that always play soccer on that day. I'm telling you that most of them will be out this time to go and vote because they know how they suffer. They know they cannot go to their village. They can't go to their farms. They can't even go to their shops. So Nigeria, they are suffering. Nigeria, man, the hunger there right now is through the roof. So I don't think whoever he chooses is going to become the president.
All right.
Except he shows what the people want. Either shows Osinbajo or choose someone from the east, but not Okorosha or the Uzokalu or those. You have to choose the people that people really want, not someone that people don't want, like Atiku or like.
You see, Buhari doesn't really care what there was never a moment in his life that he ever considered the Nigerians as people. It's just a nuisance. He thinks he's up with the Arabs and playing the big games. So he's not going to choose anybody that the people want or don't want. He wants somebody that will continue the path that he has set, which is to have this dominance of tribe and religion over the Nigerian space. So, and he will pay whatever price for that. His calculation is that they will just continue to vest upon you until you submit. And Nigeria is at the point of submission now because we're at a crossroad. It's either we break loose or we submit. So he's certainly not going to. He's not giving any consideration to what you want. He's only interested in what he wants.
It's true. Buhari doesn't want to leave any legacy for anybody. The only legacy he wants to leave for the Fulani people to know that he worked for them. He did everything for them. Every other legacy, whatever other tribes or other people from other nations or other states, thinks about him, he doesn't even care. You know,
It considers you and I inferior to him. The Yorubas, the Igbos, it considers you inferior to him.
One man, can I say
And his
something?
people. Hold on. Let Brown Berry carry on. Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
But you know, but we'll see what happens. You know, Tuesday is almost here. Monday, is it not Monday, right? Monday is on this.
Yes, it's this.
Yeah,
Yes,
so,
yeah.
you know, if with the delegates not too much now, the delegates are not much. So before 12 p.m., 1 a.m. US time, and 5 a.m. Nigeria time, we should know, what's going on, what happened, so we should know the flag bearer on that day, because right now he wanted, like I told you, everybody knows that they wanted Jonathan, but Jonathan gave them condition. I told you Jonathan is not going to be there. So now Jonathan has given them a condition. They can't, they couldn't do anything. Now they are looking for somebody else, because they don't just want, they want to keep the power. They know that, we have to give it to the South, but we can still keep it. They are just,
they have to give it to somebody that when they rig the election, they can say that can convince that they beat Atiku. So they can't just give it to some random person and tell us that person beat Atiku, because we already know Atiku's weight and quantity within Nigerian politics. So they can't just pick anybody, anyhow person, and then say they rig election and that's the president. No, I don't think.
One man, if they do that, what is going to happen?
They believe what is going to happen. Let Brownberry carry on. Brownberry, carry on.
I think the northern elites and they've already whether they are APC or PDP, they've already made up their mind that Atiku is going to, whether Atiku is going to be the next president. So whoever Buhari is just going to choose, if he's, they are still, they are even if Buhari back of his mind, because when you see that what happened, that video that came out when the former APC chairman and all these APC, some northern APC governors went to see, the Atiku. I mean, I've never seen anything like that in my life. And this media, this Nigerian media, they won't show us all these things. They won't talk about these things. Why would a party in power goes to the house of the opposition leader, their former rival, and be pally? I mean, something has been going on since they defeated him. I think they've already made it clear to themselves.
No, they didn't defeat him. They rigged him out.
Yeah, we know.
But he was so outraged that he was going to make it hell for them. So I think they placated him with the assurance that, look, we must hold on to it for the moment, but we'll give it to you.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's, and then that meeting that they had is to say that, look, the agreement still subsists.
If we really want to get out of this situation, we have to vote one way. I know, but we always say, we are liberal. Certain people, we do whatever we like. But in the north, mostly in the core north, whatever they tell them, their leaders tell them, their elders tell them. That's why they went there to PDP convention and failed. Because when Fenifere was talking, when Pandef was talking, the middle Belton elders, the Indibo, they were talking. Nobody listened. But when they spoke to them over there, when the northern leaders spoke to them, they listened. So if we can just listen and say, you know what, let's go one way. Let's go one way. Like what we call where Bele face. Like let's just go one way. I'm voting for a certain person because we need to take ourselves out of this, of this grip of these people. Because to be honest with you, if you want to say, competent people, let's be voting competent people. Let's forget zoning. The Northerners will never smell power. Where are more competent people? They are all in the South. So if we can, because I don't want anybody to hear to tell me, Atiku is there, is a unifier, he married to a Yoruba woman, he married to a Igbo woman. Those are nonsense. His heart is with these people.
Brownberry.
Who's that?
Brownberry. It's DOG, sorry. I just want to pinpoint something. Sorry, one man said something just not long ago. He said they won't want to pick somebody that can't go toe-to-toe with Atiku. So does that even give us an idea of scrutinizing who this could be from
Scrutinizing.
APC.
Let me give you an example of what we mean. What I mean, rather. If they give us Ahmed Lawan, it'll be very difficult to tell us that Ahmed Lawan defeated Atiku in an election. Nobody knows Ahmed Lawan. If they give us Yerima from Borno, it's very difficult for them to tell us that Yerima defeated Atiku in an election. But you can present an argument that Oshibanjo defeated Atiku in an election. Maybe not a convincing argument, but you can present the argument. You can present an argument that even Zulum defeats Buhari, defeats Atiku. But you know, somebody that if they are going to rig it, but it has to be a convincing candidate that people can see.
That's what I'm saying. So obviously we can narrow it down now to who probably will get the ticket. That's what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but who within APC is of equal weight to Atiku? That is where the question lies.
Like me to speak?
No, I wanted Brownberry to get. Look, I want Brown.
Okay, let me allow it flow. Sorry.
No, finish. I understand what.
Because I just thought we've been thinking who could these people be and who could be already looking at. But with what one man said, it just make it think like definitely with that we can narrow it down. With that statement, we can narrow it down to who it could be, at least maybe from 3 people.
Yes, the names are southern names. If you want to narrow it down using that criteria of somebody that can equal measure Atiku within APC, it's only southern names that has that weight. It's only like Tinubu or Shibanjo. And maybe Rotimi Amechi, maybe not. But
I doubt Amechi. Me, I'm looking at Oshibanjo and Tinubu, honestly.
Yes.
I don't see Amechi. You can't come and say Amechi.
Exactly. But you can't say Ahmed Lawan defeated Atiku in an election, and then you swear him in, and people will just say, okay, then. No.
Sorry, Bamber, you can carry on.
Yeah. Sorry, let's hear from Exira. So sorry, Exira, I wasn't cutting you off. I wanted Brownberry to have a good flow before the interjections came in.
I understand. I wanted to ask because yesterday we dealt seriously on Peter Obi, and I'm even predicting that this evening we are still going to appeal on Peter Obi. But now we are talking about that. I want to ask so that we are clear on it, so that when we start arguing again, we know what perspective we are arguing towards. Because if we don't have our own side of the show, like what we really want, then we might just be here analyzing without really having an intention or our own wishes. What do we want? Who in the bunch do we expect or do we want to lead Nigeria if we are to cast our own votes? Because we are all here trying to be analytical, but
no, you start that off. You start us off. Give us a list of a list of preference of 3. Give us a preference list of 3.
Okay, if I start that off, I don't want you to now tell me, this is not possible.
No, we know now. Peter Obi, and 2 others. Yeah.
We are talking about who we wish will become because he can change the country.
Right, but the people in play though, yes, not yes. So people, yes.
I think Peter Obi is, without minding words, I think Peter Obi is the only person I see that can change the country. So that's my view.
No, you can't be the only one out of 200 million people. Give us a list of 3.
But the list of people that they are only one will become president. So I'm telling you my own wish. If I have to cast a vote, I will vote for one.
So your list of 3 is Peter Obi, and Peter Obi. Yeah,
because I don't see any other person who is capable. Especially, I don't want to mention anybody from the APC, and I don't want to mention anybody from the North.
Well, why not?
Because I think if there's going to be a candidate from the North, the APC has the power of rigging. So if they don't rig it, they will have a deal with the person from the North.
No, but we're not talking about that. What you said was the person that will move Nigeria forward.
Yes, and I think that's Peter Obi.
Only Peter Obi can move Nigeria forward. No one else.
You abandon Sowore now, right?
No. Sowore I've not heard anything from, but I believe that Sowore has a good heart. And yes, I can mention Sowore in that list. Yes, Peter Obi, Sowore.
But Oshibanjo is not there.
No, he's in APC.
All right, thank you, Xero. So Xero, I'm going to mute you only because of the machine in the background.
Yes.
Yeah. So back to you, Branberry. So Branberry, you were saying that the South should speak with a united voice to stand a
Yes.
chance against these people. So
Yes.
calibrate that thought with this headline. Southeast ruling APC delegates accuse ex-Lagos State Governor Tinubu of sidelining the region, shuns his Abuja invitation. So Tinubu invited the Southeasterners to Abuja to discuss then how they're going to permutate to rescue power from the north. They ignore him, insisting that he did not, in his nationwide tour, set a foot in the southeast. So what are you making of that? Tinubu ignored the southeast because we mentioned this severally on the space. From Borno all the way through to Ondo, he traveled the expanse, cutting out the southeast in his consultations. So now he wants to bring them on board, so they shun him back. So how then does that synergy that you are saying is the panacea? How is it going to happen?
Number one, why would Tinubu do that? Why will he go through all the states and won't go to the southeast? I mean, you don't just think, oh, this people, you have to go. I mean, there was I remember what's his name? This guy that contested against Obama that just died. What's his name again? McCain, right?
Yes, John McCain.
Yeah, John McCain at the this black event. You know, I don't know what is it, CPAC, I don't know what they call them. You know, they told him not to go during that time. They said, "Don't go and speak there. They will shout. They will disgrace you." He went. He still went there. He went there and spoke. People applauded him. You know, he would have gone there to those 5 states and campaign. It doesn't matter. You know, but for me, I think the Southeast delegates, they're going to give their vote to Sibajo. I don't think they're even going to give it to any of their people because they don't. Southeasterners in APC don't really have weight. Bonayanu is brilliant, but he's not known. This guy, another brilliant governor,
Dave Umahi.
I don't know if they're going to give it to Dave Umahi. I think they should. They should come together and just say, who are we going to give this our vote to? But they shouldn't blame Bola Tinubu for sidelining them. Why did they blame what's his name, governor of Rivers State in PDP's case? Why did they blame other certain Emmanuel Odon from all the certain governors that also contested under PDP? You can't blame Tinubu for.
I think Tinubu is an easy target for a lot of people. They just
You can't blame.
That is APC now. This APC delegates are.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Even if it's APC, you can't blame them. You can't, because like Tinubu he feels entitled. He said, "Oh, I did this thing. I brought these people together. I knew that Korosha was there. It was Okalu, but they didn't bring any vote to the table because the Easterners didn't vote for APC. You understand? So for me, for me, they shouldn't be pointing accusing figures at Tinubu, and I'm blaming Tinubu for not going around there to also campaign. You don't.
So is the backbiting politics of the South is already in play again as the North continue to watch as a united front.
Now it is time. One of the reasons why they don't listen to our these leaders from Afenifere, Pandef, because these people were part of politics before. Because if we want to start choosing all these leaders in all these social cultural group, we should make sure that there have never been any political party. Because this, that's one of the problems we are having, because they don't listen to them, because most of these people were in political parties before. But even at that, the ones in the north, they were Abdul Agulai and all of them. They were all in political parties before, but they still listen to them. Those people don't care, as far as they are, for their own interest. This is the time for our certain leaders to come together and say, look, this is what we will do. Let them talk to these people and say, go this way we will go. Because if not, we'll be here. We'll be here again next 8 years. telling us how, saying here, debating here.
Do you think the Southeast would rather have a northern president than a southwestern president?
They are politicians, not the people. They are politicians who said, they would rather have a northern president than the Yoruba president. The reason being that it will come back to them. That's just the selfish interest. I can understand, but it's selfish. That we come, is that what we are fighting really now? We are fighting to liberate ourselves from these people. You give it to them, now they're going to consolidate on it up 8 years, because when you give it back to a Fulani man, it's going to empower his people more. That will be empowerment of 16 years. You know how long it will take for you to remove them from that, from that.
You are never removing them again, because they are going to repopulate your region.
Yes.
Before you know it, the Alaafin of Oyo will become the Sultan of Oyo, and then the Obi of Onitsha will be the Emir of Onitsha.
In all the government agencies, they will be there. How are you going to go there tomorrow and start removing them?
They are already there.
They're already there.
But if we have another northerner, it will institutionalize that has been the case. So if we have a southerner, it will recalibrate to balance the country.
Yes.
But if we have another rudder, they'll just consolidate on what Buhari is doing. And then after 16 years, what are you going to change after 16 years? Because the people that are coming forward, that's all they know.
After 16 years, they become the head of that department. They become what are you going to do? You can't just go there, start taking them, start removing them. So that's why listening to this man, John Cash Onanuju is always saying this thing that we need a certain president to go and redo what this man have done, to go and change it, because he has done so many dangerous things that needs to be undone. So we have to let us just president. You be president cannot be. Must you be president? Let's calm down and make sure that we for me, Osinbajo, the Southeast people will vote for Osinbajo. But if they don't bring Osinbajo out, that is where Peter Obi is going to come out. That's where Peter Obi is going to have more, more influence. But because Osinbajo, APC choosing Osinbajo is going to make Peter Obi's case, more lukewarm. It's not going to be, as powerful. Because if you look at both of them, the kind of person they are, they are both educated. These are people that will come to power, and they will make sure that the old. Before, like I always said, if we have Osinbajo or Peter Obi, these politicians.
What chances do you with them? What chances do you give Peter Obi in 2023? Because you keep mentioning him as though he was in play for the presidency.
Yes,
so what chances?
He's still in play. I just told you the only way it won't be in play. If APC gives this ticket to Osinbajo, it will be very, very difficult for.
So if they give it to Tinubu or Rotimi Amechi, then a good chance we will have Obi as president.
Oh yes. Right. I'm telling you the fact. I'm just telling you. If they give it to Tinubu, because they are just going to be singing that song of we don't want our president to be staying in UK. I mean, how if we go to schools, we go to everywhere, that we don't want ancestors to be our president. If they give to Amechi was a betrayer of our people of
the Southeast,
of the Southeast and the South of what's his name, Jonathan. He doesn't even have ground in South. People don't like him. So
all right. So we'll see how that plays out. So that call, just to people listening, if you look on your screen, if you are watching now, you will see that we are trying to hit a target of 100 likes for this stream. We have about 190 people watching, so that makes it easy then for us to hit that target. So if everyone clicks on the like button, that helps the platform on the YouTube algorithm. So the target is 100, as you can see on the screen. So excuse me. So help us get there quickly, so I don't have to mention it anymore, and the focus is just on the conversations. So thank you, Bramberry. Let me just as you know, Bramberry, the afternoon session very short. So let me go on from you to Ajanle Koko and have him address this recurring decimal This lawsuit now that has been instituted against Atiku Abubakar to question his citizenship, I think we've been here before. So how is this person expecting it to pan out differently? Abubakar Atiku from Cameroon. So what are you making of that, Ajanle Koko?
How are you, one man, and everybody?
I'm good.
It's nonsensical woman. They can't achieve any. They can't achieve any purpose. It's just the person filing the suit is just in shadow. This kind of suit was instituted before against Atiku, and I think it failed. I think they went up to Supreme Court on this.
No, I think he stopped at the High Court. Justice Ekwo, that Justice Ekwo that is always giving all the judgments, he dismissed it as lacking in merit.
Yes, it's just total nonsense. This is a guy that served in custom for many years, retired. This is a guy that been in the political arena for how many years? For maybe over 40 years. This is the guy that was elected as governor of Nigeria. Governor in Adamawa State. This is the guy that was vice president for almost 8 years. And why now? Because he got the ticket, the same thing they did the last time. They said he's not Nigerian citizen. What make him not Nigerian citizen? It's just nonsense. All this while, when he was vying for all these political positions, governors, vice president, his background was checked by our security agencies. What are they talking about?
Ajanle Koko, do you recall the background to that? And for the benefit of people who may not know the background to that, the background to this quibble about Atiku's citizenship was that Atiku was born pre-independence. And the argument is that the region that he was born in Adamawa State, pre-independence, was actually part of Cameroon. It was during amalgamation and during the redrawing of the Nigerian map to carve Nigeria up that region that Atiku was born in was ceded from Cameroon to Nigeria. So when he was born, he was actually born, although within what constitutes Nigerian shores now, that region was essentially Cameroon at the time of his birth. So at that time, he was not born a Nigerian. And you have to be Nigerian by birth to be Nigerian president. So that's what they are predicating this rather convoluted lawsuit on, Ajanle Koko.
So it's Adamawa State that has been carved out from Cameroon up to today. Is this still part of Cameroon?
I think it's fully Nigeria.
They are just chasing shadow. They just want to bring up something, of stupidity against it. So Adamawa has been part of us for how many years now? For over how old is Nigeria?
I'm going on 70.
Okay. So anybody from Adamawa can never be president of Nigeria. They just stop. Let them just stop that nonsense. It's just nonsense to me, woman. So
yes, sir.
I don't see anything coming out of it. I don't see anything. Yes.
Yeah, I stand with you, sir, because I'm thinking this guy has been vice president before. So what now stops him from being president? I think he holds no water. They will just drag it to election. That's it.
Yes.
Sorry, if they should go on with that, go on that lane to say Atiku is not in Nigeria, that means any of them that is 65 above, none of them are Nigerians.
That'd be
No, that doesn't apply. You see,
no, it apply. Let me tell you.
Yeah,
Let me tell you. Hold on.
Yeah.
Abakari father moved to Nigeria in 1953 when the Northerners was when the colonial master were telling them then in Cameroon that they can come to Nigeria and stay 30 years. If they don't like it, they can move back. All the Buhari, most of them you see, they're born outside Nigeria. Any of them claiming 80 years now, we're born outside Nigeria. They moved to Nigeria, parallel to the independent or parallel to the colonial master telling to move in. So if they should go with that lane, that pattern that this guy is not a Nigerian, is Adamawa, then most of them are not Nigerians. You should go by that.
Okay. But if they were born within what eventually became Nigeria, they would still be Nigerian. You see, it's not the whole of Adamawa that is not Nigerian. It's certain local government areas that were Cameroonian at that time. And it is one of those local government areas that Atiku Abubakar was born in. So it wasn't the entirety of the state. It's just the geographical curves that make Nigeria. So if you fall within the border, you are Nigerian. If you fall outside of the border, you are not Nigerian. So if the country is then withdrawn to sweep up your area to then make you Nigerian, if we were born outside of the country, then what this guy is arguing is that you are not essentially of Nigerian birth.
Yeah, but whether some part of Cameroon, whether he was born in some part of Cameroon or not, this guy has been part of us for how many years? That part of Cameroon has been part of Nigeria for how many years? So should we want to tell them that they are second-class citizens when it comes to the position of presidency? Are they still allegiance? Who do they hold their allegiance to? Is it to Cameroon today or Nigeria? It doesn't make sense to me, one man.
Do you think there's a chance?
Can I come in, one man?
Do you think there's a chance he might be deported, Meadowman? Can he be deported? You send him back to Cameroon.
That is ridiculous. You know, if this kind of, I was just thinking while Ajanle Koko was talking, if this kind of suit will go up to the Supreme Court and is decided against Atiku, do you know that every Igbo person born during the Civil War would have the same fate? Because at that time Biafra had been declared, and they're not, they were not part of Nigeria.
No, it would not. No, they would not, because Nigeria was already existing before Biafra was declared.
Yeah, but why it was declared for that 13 months, 3 years or so? People that were born during that period were not born as Nigerians.
Yeah, but it's not a recognized legal entity, is it, Biafra? It wasn't.
Although Nigeria did not recognize it.
The United Nations did not recognize it.
Okay, what of part of Adamawa that has been recognized by the United Nations? That part of Adamawa that was carved out from Cameroon. So has it not been recognized by the United Nations since it's been part of Nigeria?
Yeah. No. This case to me is stupid. It's I don't know who is moving this case.
Koko. Is it only Adamawa state that was covered from Cameroon?
No, of course not. Yeah.
No, Niger used to be part of Nigeria. People don't know that. Chad used to be part of Nigeria. People don't know that. Cameroon used to be part of Nigeria, and they carved some states when they were forming Nigeria. Sokoto was not as big as, we just say Sokoto. White man just draw the map, but we just accept it. Sokoto was not as big as like that before. They added some part of Niger, Chad to make it big. So what they're saying about the people there, even Bakassi, there's some part that is Cameroon. They ceded to Cameroon, Nigeria said to Cameroon, and some part of Cameroon they said to Nigeria. So what are they saying?
What you said now is interesting. So somebody that was born in Bakassi now is part of Cameroon. So somebody that was born in Bakassi during the time it was part of Nigeria. Somebody we raised a lawsuit and said, "Oh, you're not Nigerian now. I mean, you're yeah."
Anybody who's in Nigeria at the parallel independent, at the dot independent, it will automatically become a Nigerian. Simple. I don't understand what they are trying to say.
It is just a nonsense.
All right, we'll see how the judgment goes on that. But if it's a political judgment, you could well see the immigration knocking on Atiku's door. They make it. They say, "What is it? IRL? So what is it called? Is it ICE or something that you call it in America?" They'll go and bang on Atiku's door. That parlez-vous français, as they say in Cameroon, parlez-vous français. So that's it. But you'd expect more lawsuits to challenge the Atiku space. But back to this alert by DINO MELAYE, and is the language that Buhari used that is cautioning us about, that he wants to pick his successor, which is quite different from saying he wants to pick the flag bearer of APC. So is this cause for concern, or is DINO being a little bit just too finicky? We know that Buhari doesn't have good grasp of English. Maybe that was just the English that is rich extended to. But do you think he's really speaking about somebody to succeed him in Aso Rock when he's talking about picking a successor, as the DINO says, Ajanle Koko?
You see, DINO, I think it's a smart guy to have pointed to us that the language that this man used, we should give us some sense of concern. Maybe the president should have used the right language instead of successor. Instead of maybe he should have said, our party flag bearer instead of successor. But anyway, whether you call it successor or flag bearer, the approach that is trying to use for the nomination of their candidate, like I said yesterday, is an illegal approach. And APC as a party running Nigerian state, have been running Nigeria with all how do I call it? They've been running illegality. They have even legalized illegality, the way they run Nigerian state. Every step they have taken in the governance of that state largely has been at illegal ground. So, but who do we blame for the action of Buhari, or what he's intending to do? Who are the people do we have to blame? I think we have to blame all the leadership of APC. All of them, the way they run the party at the state level and across the country is all anti-democratic. It's by anti-democratic means. So, and those people that have enabled this man should be ready to bear the worst of illegality that they have been supporting him to perpetrate. So people like Tinubu and all the rest of them should be ready to bear the brunt of illegality as well, because they supported him all the way. They enables him. And if he's trying to use that power of illegality against them now, they should be ready to bear it. Democratic governance is a government is run by the people and not by a group of cabal and not by a single person. It's run by a group of people. And when people that are running that democracy, or rather the group of people running it, allow the leader and back that leader to rule instead of govern, then when the consequences emerges, they should be ready to bear that the blame together. So Buhari's attempt to impose somebody on them now is illegal, but all of them, the contest, should be ready to just accept it. They should be ready to accept it. They can cry all to heaven. This is not the first time. The way you took out
you say they should be ready to accept it, but they are not the ones that are going to bear the consequences. It is you and I that will bear the consequences. If Buhari gets to pick whoever succeeds him, it's you and I that will. That tells you that very little will change for another 8 years again.
It's left for with the people to now choose if you want to go along with them or choose another way. You understand what I'm saying? If we, the people, can recognize the fact that APC is not a party that adheres strictly to democratic rules, to democratic tenant. So then we, the people, should be able to choose another way. If we are foolish people and we want to go with them, then we all sink together. All right? So we, the people, should be able to know who among the parties we have in Nigeria that conform with democratic rules. You know, we should be able to know which one among them and which one among them have the best of the best candidate that can do the job well for us. You know, but if we want to continue with a tribal, with monetized politics, and all this foolishness that we see, the way they're running politics in Nigeria, if we want to follow that, yes, we be ready to bear the brunt of it. So what I'm saying is that, yes, this man want to impose somebody on them. They allow this man, they strengthen him to this point. This is not the first time. When he took out, what is the name of that man from Edo State? Oshomole.
Yeah.
When he took him out, the way he sacked him was illegal. The party constitution itself does not give him the power to sack elected officers of the party. But he did it. They didn't kick against it. Everybody kept quiet. He set up ad hoc committee with a responsibility to, you know, bring up a new set of leadership within 6 months. 6 months extended to like
2 years,
almost 2 years. And then they came up with a kangaroo convention that they came out with imposition of imposition of officers on them. Convention that's supposed to be run with that was supposed to usher in elected officers. Elected, but they ended up impose officers on them under the pretext of consensus. The word consensus that they're using is a fraudulent word. It would have been better to use impose. We are imposing this on you. So They imposed the new chairman. They imposed all the officers on the people. We saw the convention, the way people run it. People cry like a baby. Other people, I never seen other people like that crying openly in the public. People yell and cry.
We played the clip here. Do you remember? We played the clip. So it's not that that's not a metaphor. They were actually crying. We played the clip here of it. I stepped down and it was crying. It was two instances and one woman as well. Crying that I stepped down voluntarily and you are crying. My goodness me.
So
you know, this way, my God.
So they allow him, he succeeded in doing that. So that empowers him more, that gave him more confidence that, okay, on this presidential level, we can still do it. So this man, if he finally succeeded in coming up with his imposition, or what do I call it? A position, an imposed candidate on the party, I won't be surprised. And all of them together, Tinubu, all of them, everybody, well, this is how do I say it? This is what they planted. When you planted something, when it germinates, you reap. I mean, you reap the seed of what you sow.
So is Tinubu eating breakfast now?
So all of them have to reap. They have to reap what they sowed. This is what they sowed in the party. This is what they have sowed, and now they've got to reap the seed of what they sowed, rather. So I'm not going to bother my head. Yes, there will be problem within the party. Tinubu might get out from there. The people in Yoruba land might say they might not want to vote for the party. But my position is that they allow this man, they strengthen him, and they give him all the power of imposition, and they are enabler, and they just have to they just be ready for the worst of it this time. So, and the others like Tinubu and all the governors, is it not the same thing they're doing in each of their states? That is the system they run in each of their states. Tinubu will just choose somebody in Lagos State and impose it on people. So other governors in their various states, that's what they do. So that is why you see in Kano, Shekara left the party to NMPP. That's the same thing Ganduje was doing there. That is all over. So this is the way they operate in the party. So what do you call this guy? The PDP guy that is talking, DINO MELAYE, is just concerned about the word that the president used, that my successor. Yeah. So, but successor or a flag bearer for the party, whichever one, I mean, the word does not matter. But what matters is the approach they are going to use to nominate their candidate. It's not going to be democratic. It's going to be autocratic. It's going to be by the will of the president, not the will of the people. And this is what APC represents: a party that runs a political administration in such an illegal manner can never run a state well. Nigerian people must wake up. They must stand up. They must know that this is not the right party for us.
Do you think we're in an existential fight in Nigeria? Are we in a fight for survival and we don't even know it?
Look, yes. It is the fight is going to get worse. We have not even started the fight at all. So if we the people can stand up The only way we can stand up to fight for the survival of the country is by voting against these two parties. Vote against these two parties, then you will rescue the nation from going under. The nation is going under fast. It's going under every day. And it's going to be sink totally if APC retain government. It's going to be sink. It will sink totally. There's no doubt about it. That I know for sure. So, but we can resuscitate. We can bring the nation back. To limelight if we take up the courage. We just have to be courageous. What have we benefited from them? Nothing since they started from 1999. Everything at all that people achieve in that country is by their own personal effort. No government assistance to that effect. Nothing whatsoever. How can you live in a country where government does not come to your assistance? During the COVID period, people went through hell, no assistance. We in the various countries we live in abroad, various assistance for us to get us back on track so that we can continue to live as human beings. But look at people in that country. They suffered so hard. There was lockdown. People could not eat. People could not do anything. They can't make no money. People suffer. And this is what kind of country is that? So it's left for with the people. If we believe in these two parties to govern us, well, we all go through the pains. It's just unfortunate that we find ourselves. So I'm not going to be pity for anybody in that party, APC, for whatever action that Buhari takes on the nomination of the party. I'm not going to be pity for any one of them. They are the same people. This is what they built, and this is what they represent, and they shall all, they will just accept it the way it is. But we, the people, have to recognize the fact that this party does not represent our interest.
All right. Thank you, Ajanle Koko. So thank you, Ajanle Koko. So a call to the audience again. If you look on the comment section, we're pushing hard to hit 100 likes. So we've been gravitating between 210 to 230 thereabout. So more than sufficient enough people to help us meet our targets. So push us quickly to and past that target. So I stop pausing to ask you to click on like. So if you have no reason not to click on like, then just click on it. Unless you find the whole space offensive. If it doesn't offend you, then just click on like. So that's just that's probably the way to see it. If you're not offended in any way, but even if you're offended but engaged, just click on the likes, because that helps to propel the platform. We keep saying this every day. So every session is a minimum of 100 likes. So push us through that and over that quickly. So if you can, let's go back to DOG, who hopefully is in a better reception space now that we can hear him better. So DOG, are you still with us? Oh, I think have we lost D? Okay, I think we've lost D.
One man. It's still kind of noise where I am. You guys
all right. All right. Okay.
One man. Let me reply. Rational mind. Let me tell you about the consensus. Yes, I said consensus is part of. It could be democratic if only the candidate meet among themselves and they step down for themselves. That is when it is democratic, because they will consult with their followers. Their followers will guide them, and they will all agree. It is not the leadership that we anoint or appoint consensus candidate, but it has to come among the contestants. The contestants will meet and discuss, and they can look at themselves, and they can look at the I mean, for the strongest candidate among themselves, they can do a brotherly agreement, and then a consensus candidate will emerge among themselves, agreement among themselves, and not the leadership imposition. So that one is democratic. They can do it, but not by one man, the president or the most powerful, imposing. That one is not consensus. That is autocratic. Consensus can only be marked among the aspirants meeting, and among themselves they will say, okay, this is the person that we are bringing out for the good of the party. All of us, the rest of us, are stepping down for him. We believe in him. We believe he can do the job better than us, and everybody will accept that person. So that is the way consensus work, and not imposition by leader. So, rational man, I hope that will satisfy you.
Oh, all right, thank you, Ajale Koko. So let's go on then to Exiro, who hopefully is still with us. Exiro, are you there? All right, let's go to Bartholomew. Bartholomew, are you there? All right, let's go to Soli. Soli, are you there? All right.
One man went around before he came to me.
No. You always save the best for last. Now you save the best for last.
One man, you see all this on my mom. You see the way
it's unbelievable. So they're so easy to get in their own way that no matter one day.
Thomas too. All this on my mommy.
And DOG as well. So I met Thomas, DOG, and Soli.
We have to fight. Soli, you complain a lot. You're not supposed to be complaining on this platform.
All right, so the my mommies. We have to imagine if we did that.
Still came to
you. We have to do a mommy session one of these days, and then we get the diapers out. So we get the diapers out.
One man, stop calling some people mommy. Somebody like me, stop calling. That's why some people will come and be calling themselves somebody's daddy.
Look, that guy is a special case. We know him. Were you here yesterday?
I stop calling some of us mommy before some people start coming and say they are old enough to be our daddy.
Look at that. You know that's why when we first started the platform, people will be saying
on a social platform you don't.
It's just ridiculous. But that's him though. We've tried to bring him on board, but you can't, you can't take him any, it's just.
He said me and DOG is old enough to be our dad.
Yes, he doesn't.
He was trying to make good points though, but he just spoiled it with that statement.
No, he just very patronizing sort of a fella.
Maybe he should call himself ancestor.
Look at that. Maybe we have to do DNA test.
And even if you're old enough to know that you're not their dad, you're not their dad anyway. You're not their dad anyway. You don't know them. Ajale Koko is probably old enough to be most of us dad here, and he has never made a statement like that. Even if we annoy him sometimes, you get.
DOJ, let me tell you something. When we first started the session, people used to come in and say, bros,
I'm listening.
Uncle, this, that, and that. I wanted to remove that language from the space. So you're just a man. Whatever your age is, nobody cares about your age. What we want to know is the quality of your ideas. So I mean, Charlie Boy comes up with the best things. He's probably the youngest person here. So that doesn't make his thing any less. So I wanted to remove all that age appellation and rank calling. So it's the age of your idea, the quality of your ideas is what I'm interested in, and I think we all are. So nobody defers to you because of your seniority.
I won't lie to you. That's part of our problem in Nigeria. That's why those leaders, that's why those leaders too are using their age to write the younger politicians too. Anyway, carry on. So
you remember when one guy tried to use that to bully Showore in some interview in or your radio or something? He says you should go back to local government that is old enough to be his father. Do you remember that interview at Ajale Koko when some Yoruba something?
Yeah, former Minister of Communication this man from Oyo State, something Alao, or what is his name?
Yes.
Showore blasted him on.
So no, with that if nobody's scared. At least I certainly am not. I'm not interested in. Look at the brilliant ideas that Solly comes up with sometimes when it's not smoked igbo. That is, it's only
How do you
what
know when I've not
2021.
smoked igbo?
Because we see your eyes now. It's always Larry. We don't worry.
No.
We were once young too. But to you, Solly, then this alarm by DINO MELAYE that MALLAM Buhari is
and it's similar again to what this guy did to the young presenter too. What's that guy's name?
Ruben Abati.
Is he Arise TV?
Ruben Abati.
Yeah, Abati. Similar things like that. Even if you correct that girl, Ruben. All those things to me is just uncalled for. Yeah, what's the point?
I have to say I agree with Ruben because there has to be hierarchy now. There has to be. It's just the longevity. What's that longe something? If we are in the industry, it is what it's asking him to respect. He was a journalist before that girl was born, and then the girl is all up on the
oh man, what has that girl done wrong? He has just called him his name.
Ruben. I think he was offended because he didn't add his title. He didn't have that Dr. Ruben.
They all call him Dr. Abati now.
Ruben. As
if they shared the bed together the previous night. He said you must have been there at my back.
Ruben. I think so. I think sometimes it's the network. When these presenters try to communicate from the other side. So I think probably she's not sure they can hear her. I think that's why she keep repeating the Ruben. Because I don't think she has done it intentionally.
No, it didn't do it intentionally. Yes.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. But she should have put doctor though, to be honest. But it's not too bad. But because she's a lady, this was sounding Ruben.
Even senior politicians. Yes, even senior politicians call him Dr. Abati.
Dr. Abati, yes.
And then here is this girl fresh out
of
Ruben. You say, oh, it's okay.
Sorry.
Look at that. So to you, Solly. So what's it called? DINO MELAYE alerting us to doomsday to come.
But I've been saying this thing since now. I've been saying it since that this is what is going to happen. But nobody wants to listen to me.
You need to put on some weight, Solly. You need to put on some weight.
Me, I don't care. I already know what's going to happen. Buhari has to secure his exit. You keep on saying APC, these people are predictable, but at the end of the day, do they? What's that?
No, that's go on.
Yeah, do they get whatever they want to do done? Yes. Do people cry? Yes, and they forget about it after a few days. People from the last train, this thing, they are still out there though, So you just get outrage of it. This guy, you have to think of the person, the people in power. You are thinking too much about the people, and it's not as if he doesn't care about the issues of the people, because no matter what chaotic things they do, they always make sure that at the last minute they bottle it up. They don't always let it go totally out, because if they were going to lose power, they would have lost it already before the end of this regime. They always know how to bottle things up at the last minute. So he's going to choose his successor because this guy needs protection. It's easy for you people to say because you lived through that time, you feel like you know these people more than us. But we too, we can just go read small history, watch small documentary, and know these people too. But you don't know the new people that are coming up. You didn't see all the moves that they've made. I said Tinubu is out of touch. Some people said it's a lie. Okay, me, I knew him when he was at his top. I've seen some people come and very sly, very slick with their words. But you won't hear all these things because they are brand new to you. We grew up with this kind of governors, this kind of senators, this kind of new politicians. But you guys don't really know them that much. So
we don't know politicians in Nigeria.
The new upcoming one. The fact that you are still playing down fire, tells a lot. But
no,
anyway,
Fayemi is not a new paradigm.
yes, but you don't.
Fayemi is,
To me, I see Fayemi on that level as Tinubu was back then when Tinubu was in his prime.
no,
But you don't see it.
Fayemi is
Okay.
Okay, well, you know, maybe I just don't see it. You may well be right. Yeah.
Yes, so
Yeah.
you don't see it. I see it because I know what I've seen, with my
Yes.
own Tukuroko eyes.
Yes.
So, Buhari is going to, like I said, I've said this before. If it's not Tinubu, it's going to be somebody Buhari picks because he's trying to secure his exit. I don't believe he's going to any PDP, any Atiku, any this thing. APC is going to keep power. It favors everybody in APC because everybody in APC has, one thing that can land them in jail very easily. So they rather let the party succeed, at least nobody's coming after them, than give it to another party because of Fulanization agenda. Doesn't make sense. Everybody will go down. Nobody is really secure like that in that kind of move. What you are just panicking, shouting, screaming that Fulani is coming back, Fulani is coming back. You think these people too don't know that the country wants a southern president? That the country is, so you think Buhari will give all his somebody give it back to Fulani? How does that protect him? The country will be in chaos. How does that protect him? He has to think of himself first. You are forgetting what happened to this guy the last time he left power. Yeah, that's what everybody is forgetting. And the way he's behaving is going based on what has happened to him in his past. Doesn't care. He's not, I don't think he's a Fulani agenda kind of person.
No, he is. Oh, no. You don't know him.
Why do we have Yoruba people that are still around him?
Solly is a very young. Solly is a very young man to know.
No. It's not even youth. It's naivety.
Okay.
What do you mean?
So why is the whole country not Fulanized while he was in power?
What is it not?
Go to all the forests in the whole of Nigeria, and they're all there.
He's not totally
these people
Fulanized.
that are still with him, they are with him. They know why they are still.
You want to compare to what happened in Rwanda? You want to compare to what happened
No, forget
in
all that. It's more sophisticated than you are looking at it from. Name
Anyway,
one position. Name one position of relevance in Nigeria that does not have a Fulani head.
Femi Adesina.
What's Femi Adesina?
Is
a spokesman.
Yes.
Is a spokesman.
Yes.
So have you noticed when
Femi Adesina is not the head? Garba Shehu is the head.
Is the head. Femi, have you noticed when they want to say anything against the South, they will bring Femi Adesina to come
yes,
and speak on that part. Have you noticed that pattern?
Is their agenda now? Look at that. Maybe you need to.
Well, I believe he did that because he's looking to protect himself. It's the people that is around him that he trusts the most. So
and they are Fulanis.
Exactly. So I'm not saying that's why I don't believe that. If not, the whole country would have been Fulani.
Don't worry. You don't know. Look, when you say the whole country would have been Fulanized, the whole country has been Fulanized because every position that has any impact on the country is Fulani held. So it doesn't matter that the crumbs go to you. The Nigerian Ports Authority is Fulani headed. The Immigration Services is Fulani headed. The military, the army, all the security agencies, the DSS is Fulani headed. The EFCC is Fulani headed. So all of the positions that matter, that can move the state, they are Fulani headed. So whether they give you Minister of Works to be go and be building road, even the roads that they are building it in their region. So I don't know what your understanding is.
All those places that you say are Fulani headed. Which majority of people apply for those positions? Is it not mostly Fulani people that apply for those positions?
What do you mean apply? They are appointed positions.
Okay,
they are appointees.
Who is majority?
Where are you from?
No, I can't allow this level of naivety now.
Let's use police and army for example. How many people if you put it based on tribe?
Okay, stay in that space. The Inspector General of Police that we should have is a man from Bayelsa State, because the Police Service Commission, they have an order of hierarchy to that space, and when they have a retirement bar as well. So when the last one, which was a Fulani, hit the retirement bar, the next person that qualified, both in age, terms of service, disciplinary record, all of the things that they look at to appoint, is a man from Bayelsa. They sideswiped this guy, retired a lot of people, and installed a Fulani person. Same thing in the army, same thing in the DSS. This is what is going on now. This is what is going on. You do not know.
So do you
sorry,
believe
not
that?
not only that they put not only that they put number one man Fulani in that ministry, the first 20 important position is occupied by Fulani. The accountant, the DG, the important position in that company.
Yes, and the accounts, they control it.
They control it.
You don't know what's going on.
My cousin is in NECO, Nigeria. You see the Fulani people that is there. He's level 14, qualified to be a permanent sec. But you see one small boy from Abroad caught today, tomorrow making level 12. Before you know, he's a perm sec. The first 30 people there are Fulani. So tell me how we get to his turn. They've arranged themselves for the next 20 years.
And this is why people are this. You know, it's not just a resentment of the Fulani. So it's this institutionalizations of these things that are what Peace is describing. This is where the concern is. But
okay, so
I want to solely I want to tell you why. One that reason is that why do you think that in Oyo, in Edo State, in the East, that they will cash a Fulani man, and the leader and the security leader in that area will tell you that there's nothing we can do. They are going to call us now and say we should release him. That's what there's the Fulanization we are talking about.
There's a primate. Let me give you this because I don't think you quite know what's going on. Sorry, and I'm not being patronizing, but I get the sense that you may not know, which is not a fault. It's just, not knowing is not a fault. It's just not knowing. I'm looking for a story that I wanted to bring, but I abandoned. It's the story of a primate in the eastern region that was kidnapped by the bandits. So I can't find the story, but I sort of read it somewhat.
It was three of them. I mean, the one that was talking yesterday was the one that was sent from Lagos to the east for an assignment.
What was that?
And three of them were kidnapped.
Right. So there was this primate in the southeast, a primate being a senior clergy. So he was kidnapped in the southeast. And he had to pay 100 million to secure his release. But what he came to account when he got his release is quite alarming, but not new. He was telling us that the people that kidnapped him were Fulanis, and when they kidnapped him, they just strolled past an army formation within that road, and the armies were also Fulanis. They made no effort to rescue them. And they took them to the bush to tell them that, look, we are going to subsume you and take ownership of this country. So if the people that were the security agents there that were securing that space, if they were people of the Southeast extraction, it'd be a lot more difficult for those bandits to stroll through. But it's just, look, man, we're living in dark times, dark times.
What does that tell you now about the unknown government killing those security people in security posts?
What does it tell you?
No, I don't know. What do we learn from this now?
You tell us now.
I don't know. Maybe
Listen,
we should be finding out.
Zero. It's Fulani, they will kidnap you for ransom. If you don't get the money, they will kill you. Or no government just go there and just kill. That's what they do.
No, you don't know what I'm saying.
They are killing for food. They are killing for food.
Listen now. What I'm saying is unknown government killing police and military people at military checkpoints. You understand?
Yeah, but the difference is the Fulani headsmen, they are killing for ransom. But the unknown government, they are killing for meat.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. If the Fulani herdsmen are in connivance with the military people that you just talked about now, this might explain why the unknown gunmen are going for those people.
All right, let's get back to Solly, who is losing patience. Yeah, back to you, Solly. Yeah.
One man, I don't see how the story of somebody getting kidnapped and passing by the army has to do with Buhari's Fulanization agenda. Every tribe in this country has some of the things that they do. No, okay, if you want to say that, you can say that, okay, then Tinubu aligned Agbero. No,
don't
no,
worry.
wait.
The penny will drop for you eventually, but
Well,
hopefully not
then
at a cost.
until it
You know?
drops, until it drops, then you can see that, okay, Tinubu too is doing Yorubanization agenda because it's allowing the Yoruba thugs in Lagos to do whatever they want. Or you can go to the East and you say that the East is doing IPOB agenda because when they see them, they don't allow, how does it relate? Oh, and then you now say, oh, it's the governor of that Eastern state that is the one, heading that Eastern agenda. How does
Sorry, where have you been?
It's from a different planet.
Every
Yeah, it's funny.
Sorry. Are you going to let me finish? Every tribe has what they do, and they are the tribe that are in power. So they are flexing their muscle. Why they are in power? Because they don't know that power will always change out hands. You can never be in power for a long time. That is how their tribe behaves when they have power. They are power drunk. That is just all it is. How is him giving it to Atiku going to favor him? I still don't see that. You say it's Fulanization agenda, but is the country going to be stable if another Fulani man enters power again? You think everybody in the South is going to sit down and fold their hands, including the people in power? The country is going to scatter. That's how I see it. You are just going based on panic and fear and
Sully.
Hold on. Let's Sully. Yeah, go on.
The whole venue on something that has not happened yet. If it's going to happen, then it will happen. But you can't just talk and say like it has already happened. This is how
you have to wait for the worst to happen, right? Before you start taking up action.
You will be cautious, but you will not start taking action based on what has not happened. Has it happened? But you are talking like it has happened already.
Do you know how Nigeria is constituted? Do you know how many tribes and nations that we have within that Nigeria state?
Yes, we have a lot.
We have a lot. Okay, so you want to subscribe to one tribe to dominate the other?
It's not subscribing. It's not subscribing. They are good in politics. They are good in politics, whether you like it or not. Whether it's through gra or aggression, they understand the playing fields and they play towards that. We want to be doing, let's be acting like gentlemen. Let's be acting, and they will beat us hands down. If you go to a playground, you see a bull.
This is not a matter of look.
You see a bull, and you want to play fair. And think that you win. You are the naive one. They are good at what. That is why they retain power, not because of any agenda, just because they are playing it better.
Do you know that constitution of a country has to be? Hold on. When you have a government that does not follow the constitution, how does that look to you? So you want the rest of the nation to allow that government to continue to violate the constitution? People should not stand up. People, particularly people from other parts of the country, when the constitution says, okay, let us abide by what do you call this thing in the constitution, woman? What do you call this?
Federal character.
Federal character. And the president is not complying fully to that federal character on the basis of the equity. So, and you said others should not be worried or should not talk.
Okay, can I reply?
Yeah, reply.
It is naive of the person to look at that playing ground and think that the president will agree in the first place. You know the definition of madness? Doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. You don't understand your playing field. When in Rome, behave like the Romans. If I go to Computer Village, you think I'll be wearing all these things I'm wearing? I'll wear a torn shirt, I'll wear my rubber slippers, and I'll go and buy whatever I want to buy. Will I go there and start wearing suit and start wearing gold watch? And you don't know your playing field. And you come here and you cry and complain that somebody is beating you all the time. When you are going there with naivety and expecting them to play on the same level as you. Why? Why should they? If I'm winning, why would I play on the same level as you?
I'm going to ask you a question. Okay. We had Obasanjo there as the president, and we have had Jonathan there. Did you see people from the southwest, all over in the east, in the north, fighting and taking over their spaces? Did you see people from Bayelsa, from the south going everywhere? And that's what we are talking about. I don't understand where you. I mean, you have to go to this.
How do you relate that to Buhari as a person?
Solid.
No, because you are saying that.
Hold on. Let's
go.
No, I'm asking you a question. You are saying what his people are doing? How are you relating it to Buhari and what is currently? You are not focused on.
Okay, hold on.
Do you know that the number one responsibility of every government?
Listen. I'm going to tell you what.
He's playing politics for his life.
You're just talking about politics. We are talking about these people. They are terrorizing. I'm telling you, they are terrorizing the whole nation. You are talking about politics.
They relate what you are saying because you are not relating it.
Hold on, Solly. Hold on. Let me just call to the audience. We have so can you hold on, please? We have close to 230 to 250 people on the stream. We're trying to hit 100 likes. So if you help us hit 100 likes very quickly, so that the conversation can flow, so that I don't keep interrupting to ask you to hit the like button. So hit the like button and help us. I think we're about 25 from that 100 mark that we set. So hit the like button and then I can shut my mouth. So yeah, Brownberry or whoever was.
Listen, Solly. I'm going to tell you what presidents do when their tribal people are making trouble. I'm going to tell you what Obasanjo did when OPC was having trouble in Lagos. Okay. I don't know if you remember. You know what he did to them. Mm-hmm. He sent a security agency after them, and their leaders were put in prison. Okay, same thing he also did to his people in the creek. Okay, so this is what you do as a president. Your people. What we are telling you is that these people are getting this. What we are telling you is that these people are being backed by the president and his people. That's what we are telling you. But I don't understand what you're saying. Is that politics? Going to play politics? Going to play politics?
Solly, let me add to it.
The first problem is that you expect every tribe to behave the same. Because the Yoruba man is going to prosecute the Yoruba man. Naivety makes you think that the Fulani man will prosecute the Fulani man. It's naivety on your own part.
You don't understand how a nation. Hold on, Solly. You are the one expressing naivety here. You see, a nation. Hold on. Look. A nation. Hold on. A nation must be run on the basis of fairness, justice, and equity. When you have, hold on, man. When you have a president that people elected to carry out that responsibility and is failing consistently to do that, but rather playing favorism, doing everything, to advance his own people, put his own people in all the strategic positions in the country. All the security networks in that country are manned by Fulani man. And you would think that is okay. And you say that, he's playing, hold on. And you say, he's playing politics, and you say he's playing good politics. We are naive. No. Yeah, that is what I mean. You are saying you don't want to blame him. You don't want to blame him for this what do you call it? The problem of kidnapping that we see being carried out by mostly by mostly by Fulani herdsmen. But so instead, this man, what do you say?
He's responsible for his whole tribe.
Oh, don't you know he's the commander-in-chief of armed forces? Don't you know he's supposed to go after them?
You can accept that. But when I say
hold on. You are making my point now. So he can go after him in Nnamdi Kanu. He can go after Sunday Igboho, but he cannot go after all these criminals. And you say that is normal?
It is tribe, and that is their nature.
Oh, look at what you are saying again.
Did I say it's
Okay,
right?
one
No.
man, I mean, this is not.
Just like you're saying,
let me.
look at this.
Yeah.
It's just like
It's,
you're saying,
that is, you are changing it. That's their nature.
Sorry, let me interject, please.
You know,
Please,
and you are
sorry,
shocked.
let me.
Sorry, let me
interject.
Your friend. A lion did not eat his own cub, and you are shouting and you are shocked.
Sorry, let me interject, please.
I'm not saying
can you hear
right.
me? Or am I hearing myself?
You are the one that is being naive. You and that friend were the naive ones to go and meet that lion, expecting the lion not to eat you, just because the lion is not eating his own cub.
Sorry, can you hear me?
You expect the lion to be equal with you and that cub.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you.
Okay, I thought I was hearing. Hold on, I thought I was hearing myself. Sorry, let me just give you a little recap.
Okay.
1999, Ambassador was the president of Nigeria. No, up to like 2 years. Hold on now, relax. You talk now. Everybody listen to you. No, up to 2 years. Hold on now. You can't know it all. It just is your opinion. Ambassador was president. Not up to 2 years. They formed Sharia law. OPC was formed too. Ambassador went after OPC. What happened in North? There's resisted Ambassador strongly.
Okay.
The ambassador left there. Yaradua came. Boko Haram was formed. One way or the other, they went after Boko Haram on their capacity, but to make them stronger. Brought down to Jonathan regime, became very strong, right? And this man came that he would deal with them, and he's here now. It's worst.
Okay.
Now, hold on now. Now, government, presidency, Nigeria is not a banana republic. Now that is you need a jungle justice. There's a state, it's rule of law. If this man is doing nepotism, favorism, and you are saying the rest people don't know how to play politics, that's wrong to say.
It's not facts.
No, it's not fact.
Even
hold on now. It's not fact. Hold on now. He did not create the constitution, and that constitution is created around him. Constitution is not created to favor anybody. What he's simply doing, what he's simply doing, that is called tribalism, nepotism, and favorism. Now, if we are saying let the power change so we can balance the wrong, to undo the wrong this man is doing, if under Northern has entered that place, we are finished, because that will solidify, put concrete on what they are doing right now. It will take us another 100 years to undo this thing. So don't say he played the politics more than us. No. He's using.
Where are you going to this?
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
All right. Ask that question and then I'll round off after that.
Yes. How do you think that a Southerner can undo all what Buhari has done, especially the military formation?
Okay. Let me tell you. Nigerian politics is
What's the question for me?
No, for me. It's Nigerian politics, Nigerian power presidency is how do you call it? Is a unitary system of power, right? Centerhood everywhere. The president is the more powerful person. He decides what happened or what not happened. He appoints and reappoints anybody. Whoever become the president today can fire anybody in that military formation in a second. Hello? Sorry, can you hear me?
One man, do you hear what he's saying? They can fire persons that are promoted that are not due for retirement.
Well, they do it all the time. So
how did they put this new guy there? They retired 10 people, 10 AIGs before the Donka Abiwa, the enemy Ali that is there now.
No. I'm glad you said that, because that gives me hope.
That is Nigerian politics. They make the presidency so powerful. That's why Buhari is looking for somebody that will replace him, or who will say succeed him or whatever. Because whoever becomes the president controlled the entire Nigeria. He had the total executive power He controls the military, the air force. He appoints the INEC. He appoints the chief justice. He appoints the whoever is there. He appoints them. They're all under his portfolio.
No, you have said something that I want to hear, that somebody can be retired even before his retirement age.
Did you not know that? Did you not know that?
I don't understand.
No. I thought it was a law.
Let me give you an instance. You see the present Inspector General of Police. He was number 10 in line. All those that are above him, because they are not Fulani, this guy sack all of them in order to get this guy, in order to appoint him as Inspector General. How does that sound to you, Soli?
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's good. That gives me hope.
How does that sound to you?
So
how does that sound to you, Soli? Is that not nepotism?
Is playing politics so
is that not tribalism?
So well.
I mean, no, that is not that is not playing politics well. That is purely nepotistic ideology, and we must not allow and favor it. We must not allow it.
You say sorry. We still need about 12 people to click on the like button to get us to 100. We've been getting over 250 concurrently, steady at over 200. So we shouldn't labor to get to 100. So if the platform does not offend you, then just click on the like button. If you don't have a reason not to, then you should. You know, so carry on, Solly. So I don't keep interrupting to say that it's just it, but sorry, yeah.
Yeah, Ajani Koko, can I ask a question? Those people that he replaced with, did they ask for that position that he gave them?
What did you say?
What
did
are
they
you
ask?
talking about?
No, did they ask
I don't understand.
You are expressing naivety here now.
No. I'm just trying to find out.
Where is that? Did they ask?
Yes.
How can they ask when you have the structural line? There's number one, number two, number.
Yes, I know.
Hold on now.
Don't call in all your books. I swear, this
hold on. You don't want to listen.
No, but you didn't let me finish. Now the reason why I'm asking is this may be one of his guy, and he realizes he can do whatever he wants, and you just give him that.
And
position.
That sounds normal to you?
It's not normal. It's not.
So what is your position?
But I'm just saying that these are the attributes of this tribe. This is
so that one is a nice quality. It's a good quality.
I don't point to nepotism for that.
Sorry, in the ministry.
Just like my friend Demola wants this position. I know I don't care about these people. I put that my friend Demola in that position.
No, Solly, you are wrong. Solly, you are wrong.
You are wrong. Let's say there was no need to replace. Give me an example of one time there was no need to replace this person. There was nothing wrong with that person, and they removed that person to put a Fulani person there. That's the examples I'm looking for.
Yeah,
there are several examples of that, but sadly, you might not be able to, because I want to start to round off here. We did push hard for the 100 likes, but I'm not quite sure what goes on here. When you have about nearly 300 people and you are only asking 100 to click on like, but you never get it. But that is it. So gentlemen, sorry, I'm cutting you midstream. World peace. It's as ever. I have things to do with this time barred. So let me go and meet my obligations, only to come back later today. And then the conversation carries on. So I leave it there. And by the way, Solly, you made some solid points. So nobody disagree. Well, I certainly don't disagree with you in totality.
They think I'm supporting him.
No. I don't think anybody thinks that. But well, I don't think what I think is what I think. Not what. Let me not speak on behalf of other people. What I think is that you don't see the fullness of the roundness of it. But we'll go back to that talking spot, of course, because we always land there. So I'll leave it there. Carry conversation on within the comment section over here. I say peace. Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.